If you're moving to South Florida and you want good schools, tree-lined streets, and a house that actually has a yard, there's a town in Miami-Dade you need to know about. It's called Miami Lakes, and most people drive right past it on the Palmetto Expressway without realizing it's one of the best-kept options for families in the whole county. I'm Nelson Pedrosa, a realtor with Coldwell Banker Realty. I work with buyers, sellers, and families relocating from across the country, Puerto Rico, and Latin America. And Miami Lakes is one of the first places I show clients who want space without giving up a sense of community. Miami Lakes wasn't thrown together. It was designed from the start back in the 1960s by the Graham family, who hired a Harvard-trained land planner and thought as much about where the lakes and parks would go as where the houses would go. That's why, more than 60 years later, it still doesn't feel like a typical subdivision. Streets curve instead of running in a grid. Homes sit on real lots with space between them, and 23 named lakes break up the density, with plenty of homes sitting right on the water. If a client tells me they want their kids riding bikes after school without feeling boxed in, this is usually one of the first places I bring up. At the center of town is Main Street, a real town center with old-fashioned lamps, brick sidewalks, and restaurants and cafes under striped awnings. There's a movie theater, a weekly farmers market, and a full calendar of community events, including a Hispanic heritage celebration every fall with music, food, and art right on Main Street. What that means day to day, you can park once and spend the whole evening on foot, grab dinner, catch a movie, walk it off, which is genuinely rare anywhere in South Florida. Location-wise, Miami Lakes sits right off the Palmetto Expressway, so you're a quick drive from Miami International Airport, Doral, Hialeah, and downtown without living in the middle of that traffic. For clients weighing a longer commute against more space, this is often the answer. You get the quieter suburban feel, but you're not actually cut off from everything else. Miami Lakes also packs more than 100 parks into just 6.7 square miles, plus the Greenways Trail, which winds past the lakes and connects most of the town for walking, running, or biking. There's an 18-hole golf course, too, if that's part of what you're picturing. In practice, this means evening walks around a lake are just a normal part of life here, not something you plan a trip for. Let's talk numbers because this matters if you're actually comparing Miami Lakes to somewhere else. Over the last 6 months, 65 single-family homes sold here, with a median sale price around $875,000, and homes sold for about 97% of their asking price on average, so sellers aren't discounting much to get a deal done. Right now, there are 42 single-family homes actively for sale, with a median asking price closer to $1.25 million, so pricing runs higher on what's newly coming to market. If you're looking to rent instead, the median asking rent across current listings is around $2,700 a month, and homes that actually rented in the last 6 months landed closer to $3,300, so budget toward the higher end if renting is the plan. Miami Lakes tends to attract families first. The schools are consistently well-rated, and the town runs its own police department, which adds to that sense of security. It's mostly single-family homes and townhomes, so if you're picturing a high-rise, this isn't that. It's also a quieter, longer-term kind of buy. The town restricts rentals under 30 days, so it's not built for short-term investors, but long-term rental performance and appreciation here tend to be strong. And if you're on the selling side, homes here tend to hold their value well, precisely because of everything we just walked through. Buyers aren't just buying a house, they're buying into the whole setup. If you're trying to decide between Miami Lakes, Doral, Coral Gables, or somewhere else entirely, send me a message on WhatsApp and I'll help you compare them based on your budget and what you actually want day to day. I've also got a full neighborhood breakdown and current listings on my site, links in the description. See you in the next one.